Right, here we go. This is the Soundcore app. As promised, I wanted to do a updated video since the app has had a major update from when I first bought and unboxed my Life P3i earbuds. So this particular screen actually looks the same, except at the very bottom there's some extra menu items, but we'll get to that in a bit. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll click into the device I'm connected, which is also the device that I'm talking from, which is the Live P3 earbuds. So I'm going to click into that now. And you should note that you can only click into a device when you've actually got it paired and connected. Otherwise, it won't let you access any of the settings. So we're going to click back in there. And this is the main settings screen for these earbuds. So what we got here, we got the support feature at the top, which allows me to see the various different options for support. We've got a little settings button as well. And then we've got the various features that belong to this device. Now, obviously, if you connect a different device, you might have a slightly different look and feel here in terms of what options are available to you. These particular earbuds have noise cancellation. So I'll click into that now and you can see. So there's 3 levels. You've got noise cancellation, you've got transparency mode, and you've got normal. So normal is basically as if there isn't any noise cancellation. So that will just involve any isolation that exists already in the headphones. And I will say that these earphones are really good at blocking out the sound anyway. Transparency mode is great if you want to be a bit more aware of your surroundings. It does help a little bit, but if I'm completely honest, unless you've got nothing playing in the background, you're not really going to hear much anyway, because as I said, the isolation is really good on these earphones anyway. I tend to just leave it on vocal mode to pick up people's voices, because that's ultimately what you want to do in this scenario. And on noise cancellation, you've got 3 different modes. The best thing to do is to just pick the one that sounds best for you in that moment. I tend to just leave it on transport. I had a little test in the various surroundings that I was, and I just found that transport seemed to get rid of that kind of low end hum and general kind of noise around the office and things like that. Right, so next we've got gaming mode. Now I have not used this gaming mode before, but obviously this will in theory reduce the latency between the Bluetooth connection, which should obviously help if you're worried about frame rates and reaction times and things like that. I've never noticed any latency issues as standard with any of my use, and I've connected this to my laptop as well before these earphones. Right, so the next feature we got is the equalizer. I like this because the default actually sounds pretty good as it is. So you've got, they call it bass up, which is their kind of like bass boost kind of thing. And if we click into that, you can see there's a little switch to turn the bass up on. And all it does is it's just like a bass booster. But it doesn't really compromise the rest of the sound like some bass boost does. As you can see here, there are various other presets that we can do, which is quite cool if you don't really want to mess around and you just want to pick something. I tend to just leave it on this standard one. It sounds pretty good in my mind. Obviously, you've got the custom EQ, which is really good. I used to use this a lot until I kind of just settled on the bass up. So you can move the various frequency ranges up and down, and also create extra profiles if you wish. If you're listening to different genres, you can create specific EQ for hip hop, for example. Okay, next feature we have is the superior sleep. So I thought they'd actually got rid of this when they did the update, but I realized I just wasn't clicking into the device. So once you're connected via Bluetooth, you can access this. And it's really good. So it basically allows you to tune your own soundscape from various preset sounds. and it's great for unwinding, relaxing, if you want to just some simple sounds to work to, or you want to obviously try and fall asleep to some sounds if you like that kind of thing. So all you do is you hit play, and then you can kind of tweak the sounds as you see fit. And there's also a timer feature if you wish to sleep with them on, for example, or and not have it on for too long. And obviously you can turn your phone off and this will still play in the background, which I think is really cool. It's a really nice feature, that is. Right, we've got the specific control settings here. If we click into that, you can see we've got single tap, double tap, and then we've got this here, which is hold for 2 seconds. So single tap, I used to use it, but I don't anymore. It's literally just, it will do a command when you single tap either the left or the right. And you can see you can either do the volume, or you can skip the track next or back, or you can play on pause. Now I turned this off because I found that I was always hitting it by mistake, changing the song when I didn't want to do it. So, you know, I might readjust the headphone or take the headphone off temporarily, then it skips the track, or it just got really annoying, so I turned it off. The double tap I use, so as you can see, I've got the left one to play and pause, and I've got the right one to go next to the next track. So I use that, that's really good. And then the hold for 2 seconds, I don't really use this, to be honest, unless I accidentally do it. I forget it's there, but it's still nice to know that you've got that extra layer of control if you want it. Finally, as part of these device settings, you've got the tip fit test. So this basically plays a little sound out of the earphones, and it tries to detect that sound from the inbuilt microphone. And obviously, if it detects any sound, then you know that you've got a bit of leakage, in which case you can then change the size of the tips, since obviously you get different sizes in the box. So I did this once and I didn't have any problem with the current ones, so I'll leave that be. Right, so that's the main kind of app controls. Now down the bottom is where it gets interesting. So we're just on this first one here, which I've just highlighted. And then the next one along is the Soundspace. So this is like a 2.0 of what I've just showed you, with the other one. So there's loads of stuff on here. You can literally just load it up and it will just play it, and it comes into this little player down the bottom. So you've got you can tweak some settings. Spatial audio. All kinds of customizations here, which is nice. And again, you've got the timer feature, which is always helpful. And it looks like you've got a playlist as well, so you can add more than one sound. So it's really nice if you want to do some deep work and you just want something ambient in the background, nothing too crazy. It also means you don't have to rely on YouTube, where you keep getting adverts every 5 seconds. So you could probably find some spa music on here, maybe something to meditate to. And you can see here there's an integration with the Calm app as well, which is quite handy. Obviously you've got white noise, some sort of white noise, I don't know what that is. Personalized white noise. So again, this is kind of similar to the other feature, but I imagine this will probably work without the earbuds. So I'll just turn it off. So yeah, really nice feature this is. It's really nicely done. Lots of customization. Right, so the next one in the middle, this button here, so this is like an AI chatbot basically, and this came with the latest app update. It's got various different modes. Translation can be quite useful. Do note that this plays out of the phone speakers, not from the earbuds, which obviously makes sense. And then you've got the chat with Anker button. So Anker is what they're calling their chatbot. So I asked it earlier, why would you use this instead of ChatGPT? And this is what it said. Which is quite handy potentially if you like that kind of thing. Right, and the next tab along is called the Discovery tab. And this to me looks like more of a community driven, maybe support kind of forum, you know, Discord-esque, that type of thing. I haven't actually used it before, and if I click into it, you see it wants me to log in. And I've actually never made an account for this app before. Maybe now's the time to do so, but till now, all I've done is use this app to maintain my devices and change the settings from time to time. You don't have to use this app to use your devices. You can connect your Bluetooth, plug and play, and just carry on as you are. Obviously, if you wish to change the noise cancellation features and you haven't set up the audio control to do it from tapping, then if you wanted to change the noise cancelling, you would have to connect to the device in the app like I've done here, and then you can change the features. Finally, the last page is just the account page. So that's obviously where I can log in. They've got the other buttons, the help and support. You can see if you click into my devices, it shows you all the serial numbers of your devices. And then there's a settings button here for the app itself. And that's pretty much it. So that's the demo of this new updated app. I really like it. I wasn't sure at first. I thought it was a bit bloated, but actually there's some really nice features on here. And like with their products, Anker have really thought about how they, want to kind of improve on what other people are doing and just put a really nice product. They've put a lot of thought into the, everything from the packaging to the products, the hardware, the software side of things. It all works really well. Never have any dropouts or anything. So I would definitely recommend it, which is why I wanted to review it. And yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate the support. And if there is anything else you'd like me to cover or any queries that you have, please do leave me a comment. And I normally try to get back to everyone as soon as possible. Until then, I will see you on the next video.